Floyd, Virginia road trip. Supposed to be 60 hours, 3 days, 2 nights. We got to the hotel, we made it one night, and then at the 30-hour mark, this happened, and we decided to turn around and go home because we were traumatized. In the interim, we found intelligence. We found great views. Nom, 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 nom. Ooh. Ah. You stop for coffee and you are too tired to walk to the sex toy store next door. You're dead and you did go home. Greensboro is in North Carolina. Greensboro, north of Greensboro. It is run by Joe Scott. It is a little coffee shop. It is a meeting place. It is a video game player place. It is a nerd hangout, a geek hangout, and there's a movie theater, 45-seat movie theater, like an oversized man cave in the basement. I went there to pay homage and to take pictures of the windows and the bulletin board, and I would live there if I lived a lot closer. They have knitters. They have all kinds of geeks. They have a chalkboard with the meeting scheduled, or you can schedule your own, or you can rent out the back room. Ooh, Dalek. The place is well lit, and it's quiet. Music was very quiet when I was there in the middle of the day. The owner says they're very sensitive to people with sensory problems, sensitivities. Brian loves it because they serve coffee in small, medium, and large. That's the sizes. Intelligence is not on Google Maps, and I bet it's because somebody keeps stealing the sign. The Google streetcar went through, there was no sign.
Oh my God, we're here. What do you know? This is awesome. Woohoo! There's a water tower and a flag and a home for dead people. We're at the state line. We just crossed into Virginia, and now we're on a road with no paint and no name. And it's still paved, more or less paved. Yeah, okay, I think that was Town Hall there. And that would explain the fire truck that was parked in someone's yard, devoid of fire hoses and equipment. I don't know where we are, but I think we're about to die. So, hello and I love you, or something.
DeHart was in a Virginia tourism email that I got. The place was not on Google Maps until I had it added, and we found it on a small road, and it's locked and gated, and you enter by invitation only, and it's a very steep hill up to, it seems to be a little devoid of botanical things yet. Maybe in a couple of years. Nearby is a spot on Virginia Highway 58. It's labeled Lover's Leap. And nearby that is a sign warning you about bears. Oh, goody. Blue Ridge Parkway, just north of Mabry Mill. This is Tuesday afternoon. Not a single car. For 5 minutes, we didn't see or pass another car. It was deserted. The mill was deserted. No one. Come high season, this will be a parking lot. We pulled into an overlook and spent some time there. It was dead silent. You could just stand around and listen to the breeze and birds, and far off in the distance, I finally heard a car. But I filmed this. Listen to this. Dan Peraro said, "There's a town called Meadows of Dan. You got to stop there." So we stopped there. There's an all-purpose general store, and they've got giant metal chickens, and it's a really awesome place. Lots of people stop there. You can get grub. You can get sandwiches. There's a huge. I love community bulletin boards. I love small-town bulletin boards. They're just a hoot to read. We stopped there for a good 10 minutes, and it was a nice break. Hotel Floyd, Virginia. Look at that front desk. Gorgeous. And here's a table in the living room, little living room lounge area right off the hotel lobby. They're very clever, very clever. It's an independent hotel, and they decided to decorate it with local art. So it's an art gallery on top of being a hotel lobby. And the music that's playing on the TV over there is all local artists. It's brilliant. Why don't other places do this? It's brilliant. The hotel looked a little too snooty for my taste when I saw it online, but I started reading reviews on TripAdvisor and Yelp. Loads of reviews, all 4 and 5 stars. So we stuck our head in the door. I didn't make a reservation, but we walked in and fell in love. It was about $95 for the night, including breakfast.
Glow sticks. I bring about a dozen glow sticks on every trip. You just bend them and they snap and they have a glow all night. What I'm concerned about is when I come back from the bathroom, I'm going to kick the bed probably and hurt myself. So I put the glow sticks down in the places I'm most likely to hit by accident, like this corner, the corners of the beds.
Breakfast opens at 6:30. This is a very nice little dining room. Again, local art, and it is not a standard breakfast. I mean, it's pretty cereal and oatmeal and juice and eggs and grits and breads and very nice coffee. Extremely good coffee. I was very impressed. I ate well. I took a banana and a scone and an apple with me, and we went and walked around downtown at sunrise. Right after we had checked out, they had a review card in the room, and yeah, I think you can tell I like the place. Outside the hotel on the back side, there's a little cemetery, and it's gorgeous.
It's about 7:30, sun is just up, and behind the Hotel Floyd there's this lovely, really old cemetery, and everything's leaning over.
7:15 downtown, the general store of Floyd. Loitering allowed. Great. So we loitered. Look at that morning sun. Beautiful. There's chairs outside that no one steals, and there's signs on the door. Ooh, breastfeeding, welcome. That's classy. This is a restaurant, it's a store, it's a nightclub, it's the center of activity all the time. This was really hard to film. This is the kind of poster that the covert comic frequently photoshops himself into. So there's the courthouse, Floyd County Court. Isn't that beautiful?
I like the therapeutic massage shack that's in the parking lot of the Wrecker service.
Therapeutic massage of Floyd.
Therapeutic massage of Floyd. And you can get your car towed at the same time, which is nice. Across from this antique store with very cool old gas pumps outside. 681 Franklin Pike. This is the back road from Floyd to Pizarro. 9 in the morning. Everything is still dewy and silvery. Keep expecting to find a dog asleep in the road. Downtown Floyd, the only thing open is the hardware store. It really is a hardware store. They open at 7. And it is a farm supply type place. What am I looking at?
Tractors.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I see a fire truck and a fine array of old tractors. Guess that's what happens when you make fun of a guy for collecting stamps. Let's turn left.
Okay.
That's 679. Okay, go 1/10 of a mile and we'll be in downtown Pizarro, and then we turn around and come back. I saw nothing that looks like a town. Oh yeah, and we're in everybody waves at everybody else country. Rabbit? Did I even capture that on camera? I'm not sure. Gorgeous house.
This gorgeous house is the closest there is to a downtown Pizarro, so we turned around and moved back on.
We're on 681, which is Franklin Pike, and we're turning on Smarts View Road 661. And what do you know? Jan accidentally found us a gravel road. Yay, Jan. Way to go, Jan. We just crossed the Blue Ridge Parkway. We're on 793 that has no name and no signs. At the Blue Ridge Parkway, a sign said Canada Gap, which I can see on my atlas. So we are supposed to do 1.9 miles on this, and amazingly, Google shows this as a legitimate road, which is very ballsy of Google. and I'm betting there's been no street view call. Oh, there's a really pretty creek down there. If you can look down there without having a complete nervous breakdown because there's no shoulder. If we meet another car anytime soon, it's going to be really dicey. This is one hell of a road. I did warn you it was going to be over a mountainside. I just didn't expect it to be a one-lane road.
That was the worst 1.9 miles of my life. No shoulder, no guardrails. You couldn't turn around. It was gravel. You really couldn't come to a stop. My blood pressure is going to be a mess the rest of this day. And it was.
10:08 Wednesday. My cell phone just got one message. The first cell phone service I've had in 18 hours. I expect there to be quite a backlog. We just crossed a county line. The road just got twice as wide, and they put a yellow stripe in the middle. Whereas, you know, if you keep the road to just 1 and a bit lanes wide, you can save so much money on paint.
Fairystone State Park. There's one other car in this entire state park, and she gets out and leaves the engine running for 5 minutes while she watches the deer. Dork! Fairystone has cabins, 2-night minimum stay. We're definitely going to go back. It is in the middle of nowhere. It is dark sky country. They are dark sky compliant, whatever that means. The park rangers were great, lovely people. So where are you guys from? We just came from Floyd. Oh yeah, how'd you get here? We took the dirt road over Canada Gap, crosses the Blue Ridge Parkway. The dirt road. Yeah, no, that's impassable. It's washed out. No, not so much. What are you driving? Saturn station wagon? Philpott Dam, just east of Fairystone State Park. Nice little spot, very quiet, very peaceful. We were hungry, so we go on to Martinsdale. You know what, I just looked it up on the map and I walked back here and I've already forgotten. Dixie Pig Barbecue. Fabulous place. Quiet inside, a TV on mute, all kinds of very strange decorations, and good meal, good service. Lot of people with canes in there, a lot of handicapped. Server was fabulous. I stopped speaking and he knew I would be frozen for a second. He didn't treat me like a moron. He was fabulous. We were tired. We started heading back to Raleigh. This is Bassett. Yeah, Bassett, all it has for it is this gorgeous old school. The rest not worth seeing. Ooh.
This is old NC 86, and we've been on this road before, going the other way, and I wrote on my atlas, good spot to pee, because you could pee in the middle of the day, in the middle of the road, and there would be no one coming, and if there was somebody coming, you would hear them a mile away, because there's no houses, there's no business, there's no reason for this road to exist. What I do know is that a year ago when I peed, I looked around and realized that the road needed mowing, because the weeds were several inches high in the middle of the road, growing through the cracks. Looks like it's still a pretty good spot to be. And off the side of 86 there's a little road called Top Knot, gravel road, and there's about a mile of white cows. And they're coming this way. I didn't know they could run. I'm going to try and zoom in. No. I don't know how to call a cow. What do you do if you want a cow? Is there an app you can get called Move?
They hate my jokes. What a tough crowd. 36 hours going home. We're exhausted.